So the next sort of Saturn memory we're going to talk about is some of the either the weird or unique Saturn games that we've come across. So these don't necessarily have to be completely crazy, but they're just games that we've only found on the Saturn. So Anti-Chris, would you like to kick this one off?
Yeah, so going back to the fighting game craze and how there's so many different fighting games that we completely missed out on the Saturn here on the States. One of the more interesting ones that I know of is called Rabbit. Rabbit is a traditional 2D fighter. It was published by a company I'm actually not super familiar with. I think it was like Archon or some shit like that. But it's essentially like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure before JoJo was a thing. So you can play as 9 playable characters, but each character has a spirit beast. So the main character is like this young androgynous character. I don't know if it's like male or female because the game's in Japanese. I can't read anything, but their spirit beast is a rabbit. And then there's other characters that has like a wolf, a pig, a hawk, shit like that. And they'll fight normally like just regular ground fighting, and then when they want to get like pop off their special or use certain abilities, then they summon their hawk or their spirit beast animal to help them do certain moves and shit like that. And what's cool is that when you play arcade mode and you beat the enemy, you take their spirit beast. Ooh. And so you'll have like a single use special that you can use of that spirit beast. It's a fascinating game. It's also gorgeous. In fact, let me see if I can send you.
I'm looking at it. It looks very colorful. It's Bloody Roar meets Darkstalkers.
Kinda. It's a fast-paced game. It's interesting. In fact, one of the characters almost looks like Felicia.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend. Again, it's a rarity since it never came out in the United States. Now people want it all of a sudden. Definitely go check it out. It's pretty dope.
Typing Rabbit Sega Saturn got me more results than the real name for what it's worth. Just Googling.
Yeah. I think it's only known as Rabbit, isn't it? Normally.
Well, most people know it as Rabbit. The full name is like Lumendo Rabbit. But I mean, like, no one's really going to know that unless like you're reading Japanese.
Right. Okay. Nice. So Scotty, what is your weird or unique Saturn game choice?
Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones is the cover of it has a skeleton with blue eyes playing a guitar, everybody. This game is 2 discs long because there's some music-based stuff. It has a very good soundtrack, but it changes gameplay style every freaking level. And I suck at it. I don't enjoy this game, but it is damn ambitious. Because there's, the first level you think like, oh, it's a platformer, cool, whatever. Then the next level or another level, you start with no arms or legs, and you have to find the rest of your body parts by going through these different landings as you progress going upward. You don't even know that, and stuff's flying at you. Then another level, you have to do a guitar solo, and then a couple levels later, you have to do a drum solo. And meanwhile, there's different gameplay. They don't explain the controls for. Maybe they do, and I just miss it. But it is so insane. I assume the role of Mr. Bones, a dead blues musician resurrected from his grave who finds himself part of Degolian's evil army of darkness. Battle this army of darkness before it succeeds in spreading evil throughout the world, like a rock star would do.
That's crazy. Mr.
Bones.
Yeah, I've heard of Mr. Bones, but I've never played it before. But yeah, it sounds insane. I love the idea of it.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Streamed it one year. Rachel fell in love with it. The chat was trying to tell me what to do. I'm just like, this game sucks. It doesn't suck, but it does a bad job of telling you what to do. So I definitely recommend it. One of the more unique things out there. And It is a Sega, or who is this? I can't read the... Maybe I'll look into it. My case is totally broken. That's the best thing about Sega cases, right?
They break so fucking easily.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, this makes sense. Producers Ed Annunziata.
Oh,
The guy
there we
behind
go.
Echo and Calibri, games that are notoriously hard.
Especially Calibri, just literally no information on how to play that game. I played
Zero.
that and I was just like flying around going, I literally have no idea what I'm meant to be doing right now. But yeah, great looking game though. Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the other. Oh, it might be Sega Soft. Yeah, but it's a first party Sega game.
Also, I'll try and keep an eye
Mr.
out so I can
Bones.
get my hands on it. That's if it was released in the UK. Often you guys talk about games that were never actually released over here.
I could. There's no way to find out.
There is no way. I've just typed in Mr. Bones into Wikipedia and it said Mr. Bones is the 2001 slapstick comedy film that's made and set in South Africa. That's not what we're talking about, clearly.
Oh yeah, that's not the. Whoa, the Japanese artwork for this is totally different. It looks like a Grateful Dead album cover. But let me see if it was released in the UK, sir. It was same day as Australia.
Ooh, cool. Nice.
Wait, but it didn't get a Japanese release? I'm even more confused now.
Oh, maybe it was cool. Was it called something else in Japan?
I'm not sure. Mr. Bones. Oh, you have very different box art, though. Anyway,
sorry. Nice. Good stuff. What's going on? Is it my turn? Yeah, probably. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm completely lost. I was just fascinated looking at Mr. Bones. Sidetrack. So yeah, my pick is, I guess, not nearly as weird as your one, but it's probably one a lot of people do know about. It is Bug for the Saturn. So if you don't know about Bug, it is a platform game, and it's I'm gonna do this in air quotations, a 3D platform game. Because I personally, I think a lot of people don't like this game, but I personally think it's actually very underrated. I'm not saying it's the best platform game ever or anything. I think it's a very solid platformer, but it's just very unique as well. So I do air quotations for 3D because it's not like Mario 64 or Spyro the Dragon.
2.5D.
It's I don't think it's technically not 2.5D either, though. That's the thing, because 2.5D often has, like, you're walking along like one plane and then stuff will be coming out, like there'll be 3D objects or what have you. This is 3D in that you do go backwards into the distance. You can come forward and stuff. There are 3D elements to it. So you're walking along effectively pathways on the levels, and there are multiple routes from some of the paths, but you can walk away from the camera. So you can walk into the background. Yeah. Walking along in the background. You can walk forward towards the camera. So it is effectively a 3D game. There are 3D polygons in it.
Reminds me a little bit of a Klonoa.
For sure.
Yeah,
the panda-looking thing with weird ears.
Yes,
I know what the box art. I can picture the box art, but I've never played it, so I'm not sure. But
good game.
Yeah, but there is an X, Y, and Z axis in this game. If that helps anybody understand it.
Yeah. And then you have sloping paths as well and stuff, and you actually do have platforming elements where you have to jump across, like, bottomless pits and things like that. And there are moving. Sometimes you'll jump on a platform which then moves into the background to go on another path. And there are some of the levels, especially in Bug 2, you actually have multiple path routes and stuff. But yeah, I just found it fascinating, and like the basis behind it is very strange as well. Effectively, you are playing for the audience listeners, you are playing as a character who is a bug, like a little green bug-looking dude, and
attitude.
A bug with attitude, like the new Sonic the Hedgehog. But essentially, you're actually like in a movie studio, and each level is meant to be like its own little mini movie, almost
like Gex, almost.
Yeah, I guess so. I've only played Gex once. I can't even remember it, to be honest.
Gex was more with like TV themes and TV shows, but Enter the Gecko is very much parodying movies.
Right.
So that's how they got away with different worlds. So Bug kind of takes that as well.
Yeah. This was before Gex Enter the Gecko, wasn't it?
Well, Bug was a launch game on the Saturn. I'm not sure when Gex came out.
I think Gex was a little bit after, because the first Gex was on the Saturn as well, and then Gex Enter the Gecko was PlayStation only, I think, at the time.
Right. And N64. Okay, so the first Gex was November 16th, 94. So Bug was out a little bit before that.
Yeah. But yeah, I found the levels are quite different. I like the way that like you can like when you jump on enemies, you can jump into the background and jump on them. So yeah, it just feels a lot.
I'm sorry, I want to correct myself. I completely misquoted. May of '95 was when Bug was out, so Gex was technically before Bug.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay, fair enough. There we go. I thought Bug was a launch title as well, but never mind.
Well, I mean that was when it came out. Maybe it was a launch title in the US because May of '95 was when the US launch of the Saturn was.
Okay, we're googling all over the place.
Bug is a weird, cool thing, and I enjoy it. And it launched on the Saturn, and I think people thought, like, is this what Sonic the Hedgehog is for this console? And I feel like that's how Bug got into more people's homes than it would have otherwise.
Yeah, and from memory, essentially Bug was going to be like the mascot for the Saturn. I think that's one of the things that Sega was trying to look at introducing, like a new mascot for the era. And because it was without a Sonic game at launch and stuff. But yeah, it didn't.
Sonic's really in it.
Is he?
Sonic is in Bug. Yeah, he's in a bonus level. You race him.
I do not remember at all. I'll have to play this again. Wow.
I played that game through on my family's gateway computer.
Oh, nice. So you had the Windows version, did you?
Yeah. You know, those gateway computers with the cow print boxes.
Yep. But yeah, so that's my game. I think it's very unique. It's a very unique platformer. It's very different to any other 2D or 3D platformers at the time. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever. Some of the gameplay is a little bit slow, so it's not for everybody. But I found it very entertaining. It's very unique.
Honey, I gotta tell you about this sandwich.